Eating, sleeping, working, and going to the club are not hobbies. You need to add a little bit of spice to your life so you don't feel bored and unfulfilled and spend all of your free time stalking his Instagram profile or doom scrolling through Instagram Reels. I have curated an extensive list of high-value woman hobbies that I am going to share in today's video so that you can start adding some enrichment into your life. Here is an overview of today's video outline, and make sure you stay till the end of the video so that you can get all the key takeaways we talk about in this video and your specific to-do list to implement everything we talk about in today's video. Hobbies are an integral part of development and learning, and if you want to be an interesting person and you want to have things in your life that you're passionate about that you can bring into conversations, hobbies are the best way and the easiest way to do that. They add such a different component to your life that when you're in conversation, you can talk about things. They're great things that you can be doing to spark up conversation with other people. Overall, hobbies are a necessity in your life. A quick pro tip, if you have the means to do so, I highly encourage and suggest you do these hobbies in the form of a class. So finding a class that teaches these things versus just looking it up on YouTube and then doing it from home. So you are in the same environment as like-minded people, helping you network and helping you make new friends that are similar to you. The rule of 3, one hobby that is creative, one hobby that is physical, and one hobby that is intellectual. Now let's go over the different hobbies. I have categorized them. So let's start with category A, which is exercise. Dance classes. Dance classes are the easiest way to start activating your feminine energy, especially belly dancing. A woman's hips is where she stores her feminine energy, but people in general store trauma in their hips. So it's so important that you start adding movement to your hips so you can release stagnant energy and activate more of the feminine energy that you wish to embody. Belly dancing is great. Salsa dancing is great. Another form of exercise is Pilates, which again is a great feminine energy exercise that really helps tap you into your body. Barre is something that I have found to be really great for me. Barre for me has really helped me master my posture and my body language because it's an integration of ballet and Pilates, and ballet has very graceful, poised movements. So this is great if you're trying to level up your posture, level up your body language, and level up your feminine energy. I highly suggest doing barre. And then off of barre is ballet. So if you just want traditional ballet, it's a great hobby to take up. It's very feminine, it's very high value, and it's a very interesting conversation starter. Category B is arts and crafts. So these are the creative hobbies. You have flower arranging, which I personally am going to get into in 2024. You have sewing, you have knitting. I love knitting, okay? Knitting is such a great, like, on the couch thing. I don't know about you, but I have a habit of putting on a background show and then scrolling on my phone as my relaxing time, which I'm trying to get out of. So I'm going to start knitting on the couch instead of like scrolling on my phone, if that makes sense. So knitting is a great one. I used to knit when I was younger. I actually was in like a knitting class. So taking that back up is going to connect me with my inner child. And I want to also just quickly mention that a lot of the hobbies that at the end when we go over your to-do list, you'll find yourself picking things that you are interested in as a child. Painting is a great one. And if you're not a great painter, I personally do abstract paintings. Here's a couple that I've done. But if you don't want to do the abstract painting and you want to actually make nice pieces, you can start by doing paint by numbers. That is a great fun hobby because you've got the outline, you've got the numbers. All you have to do is just sit there and paint. I think it's genius. You have pottery, you have watercoloring, gardening, and calligraphy. Category C is high value sports. You have golf, you have tennis, you have horseback riding, and you have skiing. Now again, use your discretion. You might not have access to the resources to go horseback riding. You might not live in a place where there's snow and you can go skiing. So analyze your environment, analyze the resources that you have available to you, and pick hobbies accordingly. You might find that right now you don't have the means to do any in the high value sports category. So just pick something from category A, which is more of the exercise, Pilates, barre, regular strength training. Category D is culinary. So baking, cooking, and learning a new recipe every single week and spending a dedicated day to making that recipe and then sharing it with friends or families. Then sharing those recipes. A great conversation starter for women is sharing recipes. In Indian culture, that's literally all moms do. They sit down, they gather, and they share recipes. This is what women have been doing since the dawn of time, and it's a really great way to connect with other women and build that sisterhood. And one of my personal favorites in category D is wine. So knowing about wine, and these are called sommeliers. This is an actual profession, but you don't have to know the extensive amount of information sommeliers need to know. You just need to know the basics. Literally go on Google and type in wine course cheap, and you'll find like cheap wine courses that will just give you the basics so you know more than the average person. So many people don't know these things. So when you just take a little extra time to add this kind of stuff into your life and add these value points, when you're in conversations, you can charm the heck out of somebody by just knowing such simple things. So picking up this kind of a hobby is very, very high value and will add a lot of value points to you. Category E is educational. So this is the personal finance stuff, the investing, the literature. So personal finance, you can learn how to manage a household, how to budget, how to use Excel, retirement savings, passive investing. These are all things that you can get into. Again, you have to be genuinely interested in this. This to me doesn't really tickle my fancy, but it's great if it tickles yours because it would be such a good thing for you to bring into conversations and build a bank of knowledge on this specific subject, because everyone is blown away when somebody is knowledgeable about investing and finances and all of that good stuff. And then literature. This is one of my favorites, and this is so, I don't know, every time I think of literature, I think of like a smoky dark room, a glass of whiskey, a fireplace, and just you reading a really good book. And when I say literature, I'm not just talking about books, because reading is a great hobby to have, but I'm also speaking on magazines. So reading magazines like The Economist or Psychology Today, and reading these magazines when you're out, if you're waiting for a bus, if you're at a coffee shop, if you're waiting for a friend, have your magazine in your purse and then just whip it out as you would a book and start reading it. Because when people see like The Economist or Psychology Today and they're interested in that, that might give that person the green light to come talk to you. And now boom, you are leveling up your social skills, you are meeting strangers, you are meeting new people. Another great high value subject is philosophy. So learning about different philosophers, reading Marcus Aurelius, meditations, stoicism, all of that stuff, chef's kiss. Category F, cultural. So this includes musical instruments like piano or violin and learning a new language. Being bilingual takes you to an entirely different level of interesting as a person. Cultural, learning languages like French or Spanish or Chinese will not only help enrich your life and be a fun hobby, but also open a lot of opportunities for you, because now you're learning a language that is in demand and that can be useful. Remember to make sure that you're picking hobbies that are things you want to do and you find exciting, not like scheduling in and then, oh, okay, I have to do it because I need hobbies and making it a chore. We don't ever want anything in our life to feel like a chore. Now, ready to put it all into action? Here's your to-do list. And the link for the free shared document will be in the pinned comments down below, where you can access today's video notes and get everything that we talked about on paper, so you don't even need to take your own notes. And if you're looking to not only just level up your hobbies, but your entire life, watch this video next.